Santiago had a question about delivery times of stuff. Okay, it's very similar to what we're just doing right here. Basically, another piece of elements of time, and then just kind of setting it up for what do we need for delivery. This may not fit with the seamstress typing. Why don't you hit switch course for a minute? We'll do one more thing, and then we're going to break for lunch. Okay? Why don't you find something that would have a delivery time or some sort of a, I got to get it to you. Why don't you go to the
trailers, or we could do response and services.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Maybe that we are actually kind of going to send some dumpsters or something to, like, we constantly want to kind of schedule some of these dumpster type times. So this is their little interface. It looks like it's just kind of CRM oriented. Let's actually have to go to the time homepage, see if we have, okay, we don't have the, okay, we do have admin time templates. Let's go check it out, see what we have up in there. Let's go ahead and just hit edit, and we'll call it a delivery, deliveries or whatever. Delivery is great.
What are we wanting to track with our deliveries?
So this is where it comes back to the person. What do they need to track? Okay. So ideally, it might even just be like, hey, this needs to be to this place by such and such date and time. So it might even just be a single, here's my date, here's my time. This is when it's basically due.
It has to be delivered.
So it could be that simple. And then you come down, I would say leave the single user assignment because we might want to assign it to a driver.
Definitely.
Okay. And we're not worried about billing and all this kind of, we're just trying to schedule this thing. And color, let's turn it to pink, just for fun. Hazmat's orange, let's turn it to orange.
Appropriate.
Or red, you know, something. Look out. Okay, scroll on down. You don't need anything else.
Right.
It could be that easy, okay? So easy as peasy, you just click on it, okay? And you just say, Joe's Crab Shack. Maybe they have some really toxic waste or something. You know? Maybe not Crab Shack, maybe Joe's junkyard or something.
Chemical process.
Yeah. And then when do you want it? Like, by default, it pulled in the current date and time. Let's schedule this thing out. Why don't we put it on, and if we're not sure, here's how I cheat inside of Adilas.
Mini calendar.
The mini calendar in the top right corner, and I just pull it up. And I just kind of quickly glance at it, and it's like, scroll down. Oh, it would have been October 9th,
3rd.
or whatever it was. Yeah, that's how I quickly do it. And then I just plug it in, and away we're going. Boom, boom, boom. Could be that simple. Perfect. Quick. Okay, so technically it exists in the October calendar right this second, and it's that easy. You just said, hey, I need to make a delivery. So why don't you actually click on the monthly calendar there. Go down by the date. It's on the right-hand side.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And find monthly calendar and Joe's Chemical Process at 4 o'clock. It's red, depending on which one of them. It could be that easy. And if they needed details, they click on the ID number of it, and all of a sudden it says, oh, this needs to be signed by a friend. Now, if they needed to, if eventually they got it signed or whatever, we don't have this yet, but we're going to be adding a photo gallery to Elements of Time. The person could get back to the shop, and they could actually scan that physical document, fully signed, and actually put it right with that.
That'd be excellent.
Let's have you go to the main calendar, like Elements of Time homepage for a minute, and just scroll on down for a second. And let's say that we needed to schedule a delivery for today at 2 p.m. Okay, another one.
So we can even come in today, 2 p.m.
So there's nothing
in my
currently
time
scheduled.
template.
Boom. And immediately you just put the next one you wanted to do. Waste management system or whatever.
Orange, perfect.
So it
I love that it
remember,
already has me time. Yeah.
remember dates and times as long as you come in from the time area.
Right.
If you don't, it pulls it in by the default, what's the current
Right.
time.
Right.
So then any sort of notes, and these are not even required. Like literally, you could, if you knew that waste management was that fast, it might be. If you wanted it physically tied to a physical customer, you would just need to add some more settings to your template. Say, hey, I physically want this to link out to my customer called
Right.
waste management.
Right.
Or am I billing for it? It depends on what you're looking for. So
We can put that single user assignment, or I mean customer assignment.
yeah, boom, boom, boom. It's just like it can literally be that easy. And somebody just scheduled waste management 2 o'clock today. I need to deliver something. You need to check it out. Boom, you click on it. Like
You
I
could
don't
even
know.
do that right here. We could edit it, and then we could add. Oh, we want us to assign to a client.
Okay, awesome. I haven't been watching. Hang on just a second. We had a couple comments coming in. Sorry, I am nowhere near as cool as Shannon. She monitors this way better than I do. We need dumpsters here in Colorado. Wet debris. Good call, Joe. You also probably need trailers and a bunch of other stuff.
Yes.
And then we need
sandbags, lots of stuff.
lots and lots of stuff. So basically, your calendaring, depending on what you tell it to do, it's kind of almost like a quasi build your own. We call it functions of times and types of time. The type of time is what you name it. We just said quick deliveries. That's what our type was called. And then we assigned the functions, meaning the pieces that play along with that. If you just need a to-do list, it might be, I need this, and is it done, yes or no? Okay? Like, it might be that simple. Oh, I need a budget, I need a target, I need to bill, I need to assign it to users. I'm going to use FlexGrid. I'm going to, like, okay, whoa. You set up your own container, and then you're able to kind of play in those areas and levels and stuff. That's how some of that stuff works. Santiago, I don't know if you're still there, but basically, if you have any questions, holler at us. We're getting close to breaking for lunch. Shannon, really quick, as we're just kind of waiting for a second, why don't we just do a light recap of what we did? You can either jump here in the hazmat thing, or you can go back to the seamstress place, wherever you'd like to do. Because we've spent a little bit of time on elements of time today. That was great.
Yes. Okay. So we did stuff with the seamstress today. We did a few different things actually. We started with customers, and maybe we'll actually go there, or maybe we'll do this.
Let's just do customers all or something.
So we started with our customers. We were going to do that, and we made a couple logs. But something else we did is we started adding FlexGrid. We put our own FlexGrid in to handle all their measurements because we figured as a seamstress shop, we'll need everyone's measurements. So we added our own FlexGrid dynamics that we could get all the measurements that we needed. And then we decided we wanted to track it through elements of time. So I was just seeing if it was right there. These are our elements of time that Brandon is connected to because we tracked it on these sewing projects. So one for a suit and one for a vest. So we started using elements of time to put in sub-dates and sub-times. We can even go in there and look. So here's some sub-hours that we did, and we tracked it that way. And then we invoiced it to Brandon on various invoices, which we could look to through your logbook, through receivables or anything. Then we also did classes, so maybe we'll go to the time homepage and just look at what we've got on our calendar. So those were projects for Brandon, but next month we scheduled our classes. We were making pajama pants. And then we added FlexGrid for that as well because we decided that we only had a certain number of seats available and we wanted to track that. Right now it's tied to our invoices and we put a paid status and various things so that we could track how many people were coming in for our classes. So we used elements of time to track projects, but then to also fill up classes or fill up services that way. And we invoiced it and connected everything. The really cool thing is that it's all connected. All these ties are already made by how we've done this. So that's basically what we did. We started with the idea of starting with customers, but we found that with our customers we wanted to track, they were coming to classes, we wanted to track times that we were working on projects for our customers. So we went a lot of different places. We actually didn't spend the majority of our time in customers. We linked FlexGrid and elements of time to our customers for our purposes to accomplish our goals.
Awesome. Can you actually just real quick flip to the map? It's the middle tab there.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe get your marker and just kind of.
Yes. So we started with customers, as we discussed, but really what we ended up doing is we wanted to tie our customers to our elements of time, and we logged them. We logged projects we were on. We also logged what customers were coming to which classes and how many seats we had available. And we did all of that through our FlexGrid and through Elements of Time. So
And through invoices.
and through invoices, yes, we did, because we paid, and then we connected that to our Elements of Time, and so that we could see what was being invoiced and for what amount of time. So those were the tools we use: Elements of Time a lot, customers, invoices, and our FlexGrid to kind of cater it for our business ideal of seamstressing. So that's what we did. Are there any questions?
I don't see any questions. Let's go ahead and call it a lunch break, and we'll come back in an hour.